decides he's going to send Tommy back to Baltimore driving the minivan. He's going to hang out in New York because New York being just his second home, he can take the train anytime and get back to Baltimore. Tommy tells Goose, yo, I need a couple dollars to pay the tolls. Goose goes in his pocket, he pulls out a couple $100. Now the feds is watching this transaction between Goose and Tommy. Although it's nothing, they feel like, okay, maybe Tommy has to work in the van, they're going to check it out. Tommy leaves, he goes to Baltimore. Goose goes to the Sony building, he hangs out. A few hours later, he gets a call from a female who he's been trying to get with down in Baltimore. She gives him a call, she tells Goose, hey, I'm free. All of this is through the internet, through the intercepted wiretap from Goose 973 number that he's frequently using to call family members and friends. The female caller, she tells him, I'm free. Goose calls Amtrak, 1-800-USA Rail. He hails a taxi. He tells Jeezy, man, look, I got something to do, I'm out. He leaves. He gets to 36th Street Plaza. He jumps on the train. 3 hours later, he arrives in Baltimore. He goes up into the county of Catonsville. He hangs out with the female. And that's when he gets a call from Tommy. Tommy calls Goose. First, he sends Goose a SMS message on his mobile device. And the message, when Goose reads it, it says, yo, they've been here. Goose, being puzzled by Tommy's text message, he just pulls out his phone and calls Tommy direct. Yo, what the fuck you talking about? They've been here. Who is they? Tommy says, man, the guy that pulled us over the 2 times in New York, him and several other cops, they just bombarded my house. Goose begins to get nervous. He tells Tommy, hey, listen, man, well, if they went in your house, they didn't find shit because, we ain't doing nothing. Tommy tells Goose, listen, man, they said that I was trafficking a whole bunch of narcotics back to Baltimore for you. Goose tells Tommy, well, that's bullshit. Did you let them search the van? Did you let them search the house? Tommy tells him, they didn't search the van, but they searched my house. Then he begins to tell Goose, hey, I was in my living room, I'm watching TV, it's the wee hours of the night, I hear some noise outside, I look outside, it's a person under the minivan, he's got some type of tool and a flashlight. Well, what they didn't know was the car that they was driving, it had an electronic GPS, a global position device stored on it, to keep track of where Goose and them was going the morning before, because Goose and Tommy had the conversation about traveling in New York by way of Robert. So the feds already listening in on the call. They go down to 809 Cross Street and they placed the device on the car the night before. That's how they was able to track all of the moves in New York. Goose hangs up the phone with Tommy. He tells Tommy, okay, I'll see you in the morning and I'll swap cars with you. I'll get the minivan back from you and you can get your Mazda. When the phone call hangs up, Goose abruptly calls a female. He calls a female. She answered on the intercepted phone that he's using. He tells her, hey, listen, I'll call you right back. Answer the phone. I'm going to call you from private. He gets the female's phone that he's with. He blocks the call out. Star 67. He dials the female back. She answers. What's up? Goose tell her, hey, listen, go to the rear of the house. You know where I keep that at. The feds later found out when he said I keep that at, he was referring to his Glock 19 pistol with 17 projectiles loaded into the magazine. The female says, yes, I know where it's at. He tell her, hey, look, get that and throw it out of the house. The thing with this phone call is Goose is calling her from the females he's with call, which number is blocked. The female he's calling to dispose of the firearm, her phone call is not intercepted. The female phone he's calling, her phone is not bugged, so the feds had no way of knowing what was the contents of the phone call. Instead of the female throwing the firearm out of the house like he wanted, she got dressed, put her clothes on, went out the rear of the house, went a few doors down, placed the gun in the yard of the empty house, and she goes back in the house. When she goes back in the house, Goose calls her again. He calls her from the females that he's at his company. He calls from her phone. She answers the phone. Hello. He tells her, did you do that? She says, look, it's done.